Hello guys, and welcome back to another video where you join me once again at Dubai Expo 2020. And today something very exciting is happening. This is a first video in a little series where I'm partnering with Canon Middle East, and I can do a couple of shoots and take a look around Expo. So for this first video, I've got a Canon R6 and a 70-200mm lens, and we're about to go and shoot a little concert happening over on the DMA stage. So let's go. I don't know if you guys know, but I used to be a concert photographer back in England. I've toured with some bands and things. So this is some of my images, and there'll be more on Brad H photos later. Now we're heading to Dina Stars. Check out her concert. We've made it to the DMA stage, or the Dubai Millennium Amphitheatre. Let's take a look at the stage. Time. We've made it to the DMA stage. We've just seen them do a little bit of a sound check. I've got an understanding of where I can shoot from. This whole front bit you can wander around, so it's perfect for anyone that doesn't have a proper photo pass. I'm going to work out my settings and then we're going to start shooting in 10 minutes.
Boy, do we have a special performance for you guys.
Now this is a really nice big venue because you can actually walk around the whole thing and make sure you get the right shot. So I've just added a little GoPro on top of my R6 here so you can see exactly what I'm shooting as I shoot it. Now it's a good idea to get here early because as you can see we're right at the front of the crowd, which is a perfect spot to shoot from, and you don't need a photo pass or anything. Get here early, get a good spot. Now I've also got a 16-35mm for those wide shots to make sure I can get the whole stage in. But we're going to start with the 70-200 so I can get some close-ups. So the breaks in between songs are the perfect time to make sure your exposure is correct and check that your images are in focus and everything like that you might not get to check otherwise.
And I wanted, it's only a few words that you have to learn. It's called like this. Back, back, back in time. Can you guys try that? Back in time. Yeah.
Any time before, do you think about me the way I think about you?
Thank you. Shukran.
So that was it, that was 45 minutes set with Dina Stars. Now you're really lucky with this because normally in like Europe or England you only get 15 minutes to shoot the start of a show or 3 songs, whereas here I had 45 minutes to wander around the whole venue and I took advantage of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and review some of the images and walk you through exactly what I did. So look how big this venue is, got to walk around the whole thing free. This is the place where you can learn concert photography. And we're back. So we're back at the apartment. I've had a look through the images and I've cut down my 700 images to my favorite sort of 30 or 40 as I normally do. So I really like this stage. It's really good. There's a load of different elements, and especially the best thing is that you can get some elevation. And towards the back, because it's tiered seating, I like this spot in the middle. You can shoot directly at the performer, especially with the 70-200mm. You can get straight in and get these nice flat on shots. So generally I go around the whole place. I go from the right to the left and then in the center, so I get a real mix of all these different angles. Then after that I switch to the 16-35mm lens and I try and get a little bit closer to try and get some nice wide shots to show the perspective of the stage. Especially here you can see me sneak up against the front of the stage, try and get an angle quite low down so you get the perspective of all of it. Once I've narrowed down the 700 images to my favorite sort of 30 or 40, I really have to start being brutal and deciding what are my favorite sort of 3 to 10 images. Whether that's to send to the client if I'm shooting for someone or if it's me shooting for myself and want to post on Instagram. So I ended up on a couple of these images here, which you can go and check out at Brad H Photos. They're not my best work and some of the lighting was quite similar a lot of the time and some of the graphics didn't really fit what was going on, so it's hard for me to try and decide what I really like, but I'm quite happy with how these guys turned out. So you might have noticed that I was wearing black. That's because you should try and blend in with the stage and then you don't distract people and you won't get kicked out as easily. Always be careful of other photographers around you, especially here. This show is being live streamed, so you saw all the massive cameras. Make sure you keep checking on where their shots are so you don't get in their way or you'll make some enemies. Be as friendly as possible to all the staff. You can see here one of the staff saw that I was shooting. I was being very courteous of where I was, and they even took me onto the roof so I could get some high angles like this. Just come up this little staircase where there's like a viewing platform. I'm not sure if this is open to everyone, but it's definitely worth asking. You enter from the back and then you have a nice high view of the stage. It was a really great concert. I've actually shot Dina in the past back in Saudi like 3 years ago before Corona, and it was a really good gig of all of her own original music, so don't forget to check her out. You can find her links in the description. It was quite a lot of fun shooting with the Canon R6. It's my first time shooting with a mirrorless Canon camera, and I've got to say I was pretty impressed with how it handled all these amazing low light situations. I'm super excited to be working alongside Canon with some of these exciting Expo projects, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be able to try out some of the new Canon cameras and also shooting some amazing vlogs at Expo before it closes on the 31st of March. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed some insight into what it's like being a concert photographer, and hopefully you got some tips and tricks from it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the pictures at Brad H Photos, and I'll catch you guys at Expo next time. Boom.